Okay, so hey everybody, it's Bill Hodson here, and so yesterday something interesting happened to me. I was just sitting writing my paper on the Holy Spirit, and this hymn came to mind. It's actually a hymn from the founder of the Christian Missionary Alliance, whose name is A.B. Simpson, and probably 100 years ago or so he wrote this hymn called Himself, and I just found it came straight to my mind. Now, A.B. Simpson isn't really well known for being a good musician, but some of his lyrics are really powerful. He captured some really enduring truths there, but the music itself sometimes is just really outright bad, you know? So anyways, it came to mind, so I just went to the internet, printed out the lyrics for this hymn Himself, and I went and sat down at the piano and rewrote the melody. I've always got melody and music coming out of my ears, but I can never find any lyrics. Like, I don't have the lyrics, so it was interesting to kind of get A.B. Simpson's lyrics and put them down. So what I'm going to do is just sing this one for you, and then we'll talk a little bit more about it after we get the melody out. And I've asked my friend Joya, so both of us work here at the Moose Jaw Alliance Church here in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. So she's going to come over and help me to sing it. Then we'll talk a little bit more. I've got another video coming up right after this one for you that's just going to show you absolutely step by step how to play it on the piano, so that anybody, even if you just have a little bit of musical skill, you'll be able to figure out how it goes. So I'm just going to show you exactly what I do on the piano to play it. So Joya, come on over, and we're just going to go through probably a couple. You got room there?
Yep.
And say hi?
Hi.
She loves being on video. So thanks for doing that. Okay, so we're going to play it in A flat, but I'll show it to you later in the key of C. But here's how it goes then. Once it was the blessing,
Now it is the Lord.
once it was the feeling,
Now it is His word.
once His gifts I wanted,
Now the giver on.
once I sought for healing,
Now Himself alone.
once was painful trying,
Now 'tis perfect trust.
once a half salvation,
Now the uttermost.
once was ceaseless holding,
Now He holds me fast.
once 'twas constant drifting.
Now my anchor's cast.
So those are the first, okay, thanks. Those are the first couple verses. He wrote 5 verses, and it's really a powerful hymn. And I think one of the reasons it came to me was that there's a lot of hymns that we can find that talk about our life before we were a Christian, if we came to faith as an adult, like Amazing Grace, for example, what life was like before we were a Christian, and then what life is like after. But this hymn really captures what Simpson, and the Alliance is so popular for, is the idea of sanctification. And basically what we mean by sanctification, right, is like, you've ever heard two people talking and one person finds out the other person's a Christian, and the other guy responds like, wow, I never knew you were a Christian because you're exactly like everybody else. And so that's never the response that you're hoping to hear as a Christian, is that nobody could tell that you were. And so what A.B. Simpson's talking about here is moving on in our faith from those times when we were just an infant in the faith, and then moving on to the fullness of what it is. It's like if you spend a day at work and you go home, and then you just come home, so, it's so great to be home, and you just stand in the threshold of the doorway. It's like, wow, this is so wonderful to be home. And it's like, well, why don't you go in? Why don't you sit in a chair? Why don't you have dinner with your family? Why don't you sleep in the bed? And so I think for A.B. Simpson, he looked, and we see this again today, which is why it's still so powerful for today. We know lots of Christians who they have this experience when they're converted, when they first believe, but then it never goes anywhere from that. They never move on to all the fullness that God had planned for them. And so this hymn really captures it. And so what I want you, especially Alliance people, to do is really let's bring this hymn back to life here, breathe some new life in it by the Holy Spirit here, and we'll see where it goes from there. So stay tuned for the next video. I'm going to show you exactly just how to play it. But I want to see anybody can do this song now. I want to see some reply videos. People put this down. Somebody play it with a guitar. Somebody do it with some kids. I'll just be watching for where this goes from here. Okay, we'll see you in the next video.